Hi, I'm Alicia Das. And today we're going to hear from a really beautiful archangel, really rather a aggregate of different resonances of the same angel. And that angel has several names. The millennial angel. Through the years, I've heard several different names because these angels have names that are higher and higher in frequency. Just like we have a conscious self, we have our human self, we have our high self, we have our soul, we have our spirit, and on and on and on into ripples out into more rarefied forms of self until we are no self, until we are the self of God, until we are love itself. So the millennial angel, so named because it tends to come in closer every couple thousand years. And there's obviously a lot more that could be said on that. But this angel, I initially heard Sirael. Then I heard, for obvious reasons, Jasurael. And then Sanandael, obviously for obvious reasons, also associated with a more commonly known angel, Zadkiel. All around this opportunity of grace, which often comes through when we prepare, comes through for us when we prepare the space with forgiveness, with love, with right action, right thinking, with sacrifice. Sacrifice, not as martyrdom, sometimes it is, but sacrificing our lower nature to be more expressive of our higher nature. So let's see what this presence, could think of it as presences, but ultimately we are all one thing, which is love. Let's see what this presence has for us. Take a moment, beloveds. If you're not driving, close your eyes. Or if you can't close your eyes, just tune in and see what inner sound you hear. Utilize your spiritual hearing, your spiritual ears, if you will. Perhaps it sounds like a musical instrument. Perhaps it sounds like an odd language, a phrase, guidance. Yeah, I'll give you a moment to do that. Sometimes you will hear a sound and not know how to interpret it or what it means. Or you might hear something that sounds like gibberish, and really it is a mantra, a higher expression, a higher language. And if you allow yourself to hear that, it can then take you into a message from spirit. You each have a frequency that is baser, that is denser, that allows you to participate in this level. And you must have that to remain in a physical body. It's natural to want to judge the experience of the physical from time to time, or oftentimes. And yet it is a springboard. It is that which strengthens you, prepares the way of the Lord to utilize you and your experiences to know more about itself, to gain a greater understanding of loving. Opening yourself to your lesser nature is natural, is commensurate with the momentum of this level, but is also not necessary to remain in for longer than is needed to then lift above into the sure faith that all you experience, all you do is surely utilized for the upliftment of spirit of all, as one person makes one small gain in consciousness, the whole of humanity moves forward. You don't do or even be anything by yourself. You are part of a collective, of God's collective, of the overarching presence, even cloak of God itself, even as you walk in this world. It's not so much shedding cloaks, although it is that as well, but do not get distracted by thinking you need to perfect self and shed all the layers of you. Sometimes you can simply stop and take on the cloak of grace of the Christ unapologetically and be transmuted forevermore into the self of spirit. It is time. It is a movement occurring now. Gain the momentum of that movement, get on that train, for it is speeding through with you or without you. We suggest that you hop that train to higher consciousness simply by your intention, your action, and most of all by the grace of God. Amen.